Hey folks, thanks for joining. We're going to do something a little bit different. If it works out and you like it, we'll do it more often. But I'm just sharing my Zoom application, so you guys will be able to watch in real time Doc Rivers pregame availability. I think it should work. Should be cool, and you guys will see how the sausage is made when we interview Doc before the game, and we will, if this works out, we'll do this after the game as well, so you'll get to see players in post game as well. I know if you watch on NBC Sports, you see snippets of these, but this will be the whole thing, unedited. I'm not sure that I have a question tonight for Doc. I may. At some point, you'll see one of us, either Austin or I, who are our beat reporters for TPL. We will ask questions often. Without Joel tonight, and with it being a game in Memphis, not against a conference opponent, I'm not entirely sure I have anything I need to ask Doc. But he'll be coming up here in 4 minutes. Should be live. And if there's a question that I think needs to be asked, then I'll raise my hand, and you'll get to see how that process works. So just hold on for 4 minutes. If you have questions for me for the next 4 minutes, I'm muted. So, hey, look, anything you want to ask me right now, I'll answer. As soon as Doc comes on, you'll see it, and we'll all just be sort of watching. I'm sure someone will ask about Seth Curry and his recovery. I think you can probably expect that question to be asked. That's probably a question that'll be asked tonight. But you guys will get to see, I think, a little bit, again, of the process we go through before a game. It's a lot more than just watching the game and, writing about what we think about it. A lot of what we do is getting a feel for what the game plan is, what the areas of concern might be. We should get the starters. Sometimes we don't. Sometimes it's a little too early to get starters. It's just, you'll get to see for about 5 to 15 minutes, depending what kind of things Doc is being asked. So, I think it's cool. As I was thinking about this earlier in the day, I don't think there's an NBA rule against this. So I don't think I'm breaking any rules. I might find out that I am, but I don't think so. I've gotten in trouble for things before. And technology-wise, I figured, I'm sitting there thinking there's no reason why it wouldn't work. So we're going to bring it to you. Steve, that's a great question, right? So Sam Cassell's influence on Maxey and Shake. So far, I'll say that I watch Sam a lot because I'm kind of in awe of him as an assistant coach, and I think he's going to make a really good head coach someday. So far, I see him spend a lot more time with the vets, specifically Ben Simmons. But I think you can look at Tyrese Maxey and how much he's surprising all of us, and Sam Cassell might be a big part of that. So I think that's a great question. Might not ask it tonight. That's the kind of question I would normally ask in like a post-practice scenario, and that's like late mornings during the week. We'll normally have availability with the coach and some players post-practice, and quite frankly, that's probably a question I would ask the players themselves versus Doc about his assistants. So, but I think it's a really good question. I haven't looked at tonight's. Let's see, 6:30. I haven't looked at tonight's injury report. I can do that right now. But I got to do a couple of things. So just so you know, one of the things I do during this is I actually do an auto transcribe of the audio. So I'm going to turn that on, and then I'm going to check the injury report. Again, anyone who's just joined, this is just sort of like, we're going to show you how the sausage is made. I'm just going to live stream. I'm going to share my Zoom session so that you can see in real time Doc Rivers' pregame availability with us. And let me look at the injury reports. Okay, so Seth Curry is out. Furkan is out, still with the strain. Mike Scott is out. Vincent Poirier is out. Joel Embiid did not travel, so he won't be here the next 2 games. Okay, Ben Simmons is available, but is on the report. For the Grizzlies, you have Jaren Jackson Jr. out. Ja Morant is questionable with a left ankle sprain. I was looking forward to that Maxey matchup. Let's see. Jonte Porter out. Tilly is questionable, and Justice Winslow is out. Yep, we're gonna be back. So I'm gonna probably drop this after Doc speaks, and then we will be back for the watch party. I'll be back on it at 7:30. So good looking out, Mr. Crockpot. Everybody wanted to know where Mr. Crockpot was the other night. I was only mildly hurt by it, but it's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna change the visual to you're gonna get to see how the yams and hold on 1 second. Why am I not getting sound?
Sam together, working with the more than just shooting, post game, pass. I love them to work together. Sam has had a lot of success with players, so all one well.
We're having a little bit of trouble hearing Coach. I don't know if we can move the microphone up. Rob, can we do anything before the next question?
Sean, hear me?
Yeah, can you repeat that? Sorry about that.
Oh, yeah, I was just saying it's really no progress report. Sam, you give him to players. He's done a great job. It's more than just shooting. It's his post game, his passing, how to play, how to play the unique position that he plays. Because, he's not a point, he's not a 2, he's not a 3, he's a ball player. He put him in every spot on the floor. Literally every spot on the floor, and having a guy like Sam explain to him what we're looking for in that is really what we're trying to do.
Let's go to Kyle Newbeck next.
Hey, Doc. So we talked a bunch this week about you guys introducing delay and, the success you had with that, running things through Joel at the top of the key. I'm curious what percentage of plays you've actually been able to introduce that you want this group to have this year. And I guess the difficulty of doing that when every time you guys get somebody back in the lineup, it seems like someone else is hitting the bench this weekend. That's Joel, obviously.
Yeah, it's not been easy, but, it's not easy for anyone right now. And, it's a low percentage, something like that. I'm not that concerned with that, Cal. I'm more concerned with how we play and the way we play. Because I think once you get that, then everything else kind of falls in place. And I think in that regard, we've been up and down it. it's funny. We won the first Miami game, which we were happy with. But I thought the game the other night was more how we should play offensively, with the movement, the pace, hitting the paint, getting it out of the paint, working to second and third options. That's how we have to play to be as good as I think we can be.
Thanks, Doc.
Keith Pompey.
Hey, what's up, Doc? How you doing?
I'm good, Keith.
That's great. That's great. Hey, Doc, in regards to Joel, is this just going to be something that we're going to see throughout the year? Is it just, being careful for him a 72-game season, or is there some concern with his knee right now?
There's no concern, and I can't say this is something you're going to see either. But when something does pop up, we're going to jump on it, and we're going to be very smart this early in the season.
And I guess, is that a matter of the regular season is important, but is it a matter of just trying to keep him healthy for the postseason?
No, we want him to play as many games as he can play, but we're also going to, again, we have to be smart. It is a long season. We want everybody, not just Joel, we want everyone to be healthy and at their prime state when we get to the playoffs.
Thank you, Doc.
Paul Hudrick, followed by Terry Davis, starting with Paul.
Hey, Doc, when you talk about the way you like to play, obviously Tobias already has a taste of that from playing with you before. How big has he kind of been in kind of getting the guys around him, especially since he is a leader on this team, and getting the guys to kind of buy into what you want out of it?
I think good. I think he buys into it, so that helps, But let's be honest. I think the fact that Ben and Joel buy into it is real key, and they do. And so when you get those two guys buying in, everyone else, they really have no choice but to buy in, and they're doing it.
Thanks, Doc.
Sorry.
Hey, how you doing, Doc?
Great.
Hey, man, I know you guys not playing on the King Day, but what does this game mean for you personally and for the league?
Well, personally, it just means the world. That day, more that man meant so much to all of us, not just Black Americans, but Americans in general. I think you're starting to find that out more and more over the last, 2 or 3 weeks, how important it's not just, racial inequality, but it's income equality, and it's equality to all. So I think he is a flag person for all that, and I think we all see it, and so it means a lot.
Time for 2 more. Tim Bontemps will be first, and then Jason Blevins, starting with Tim.
Hey, Doc. I was just curious, now that the James Harden trade is official, I was just, obviously I'm sure you spent a lot of time looking at the rest of the Eastern Conference as you're going through the season. I was just curious kind of what you think of their group now, and if you've thought at all about how you guys will match up with them as things progress this year.
No, honestly, Tim, I really haven't. And I can tell you I don't look at the East much at all either, or the West. Right now, I'm really just focused on us. So I hear they're going to be pretty good, Tim, but again, the games have to be played, and we'll see how it all shakes out.
Finishing up with Jason.
Hey, Doc. Teams look like they're willing to live with Tyrese and the mid-range pull-ups and the floaters. When they start to come out and challenge him, is he working on, instead of a floater, sort of a lob to maybe Dwight or someone like that? No,
I'm fine with what he's doing. And, the reason he's getting those floaters is because he keeps off the dribble. If you take the floater away, this probably leads to a layup. So not that concerned. He knows how to throw a lob pass, but that's not something I'm going to sit around teaching all day, I can tell you that. We want him to just keep working on his overall game. And he's been absolutely wonderful. And not only doing it, but wanting to learn it. So, no, he's fine.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, that's a wrap. Thanks, Coach.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Okay, so we'll be back, I guess. Not much more to say. I'm going to process that. Just so you guys know, again, inside baseball, how we do this stuff. So I'm auto-transcribing everything. I'll go back through everything that was asked, everything that was answered. You try to prepare, 4 questions or so. You expect certain questions to be asked. Pre-game is you tend to ask a little bit different questions than post-game, and then you ask different questions, more longer-term questions after practices. So there you have it. You guys just saw part of our process. I think one of the things we can do here for you is just sort of bring you into our process, how we do things. That's something we don't think people get enough of, trying to see how this stuff works. It's not glamorous, obviously, right? Not glamorous. But you'll hopefully you enjoyed it. And we'll be back in, I don't know, an hour or so. I don't know what time it is. Less than an hour, 7:30 pregame. We'll do pregame. We'll do a watch party. We'll have fun with it. So thanks to everyone, and we'll talk to you soon.